Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where it is another Monday, and it's not just any Monday, it's Labor Day. So happy Labor Day to everyone out there. But it is also the start of another week, and it's time to dive into another list of my weekly lineup of EDC knives for the week ahead. Before we hop into that list, though, I'm going to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors up here: DLT Trading, Caviso, White Mountain Knives, Mojave Outdoor, Blade Ops, and Steel Capital. And as you can see, we have a little more Blade Ops here. Guys, look these retailers up. Give them your business if you can. They're all fantastic retailers and are a great supporter of Wayne Sharp World, and I truly appreciate their support of this channel. Now, with that being said, let's hop right into the list and see what we got here. And I decided to create a theme this week, just for fun. I noticed there was a few knives that I haven't been carrying much lately that I really wanted to get into the pocket. I looked at those and I thought, you know what? There's a theme going here, so I'm going to build upon that theme. So I think you'll see the theme by the time we get to the end of it, but I'm not going to exactly say what it is. You'll probably just catch on as we get to the end. But first up is an American-made beauty. This is the TRM Atom, and it's not just any TRM Atom because, in my opinion, this is as good as it gets here for the Atom, guys. This has some TRM titanium scales on there with milling that is phenomenal, and it really does, it elevates this knife for me, personally at least. It gives it that extra bit of durability without adding a lot of weight. You definitely notice the additional weight with titanium, but it's not anything that's overbearing or, too heavy in the pocket. It's perfect for me, and it just feels phenomenal in hand. Excellent grip, a pocket clip that sits ever so deeply in the pocket and really disappears in the pocket for as flat as this knife is, and just the overall profile of it. You put it in your pocket, that's all you see. And in terms of width and thinness, it's just so good in a pocket. There is a reason that the Atom is so hard to get, and it's not completely because TRM struggles to keep up with the demand sometimes, but it's just wanted by so many people because it is that good. Hopefully the demand is met a little more in the future with TRM. Everyone know how that goes, and I don't want to get too deep into that. But this knife in general is a rock star, and it will be in the pocket this week, the titanium TRM Atom. Next up, we got a Wii knife, and this is one that will probably never leave my collection. I don't know, I probably shouldn't say that, but it is just, this is a looker for me, and I will use it. I have used it, but I do use it lightly, I will admit, just because I love this design. This is the Wii Snecx Mini Buster, and there's just something about this, the lines and the attitude that it has paired with that blade, and of course, just how smooth it is. The action is phenomenal. It's just a cool knife. It really is. It's just a cool knife, and one that I really don't carry that much at all. But I've also never considered selling it because I enjoy it that much. It just works for me. It really does. I love the clip. I love everything about it, and the fact that I'll probably never be able to buy an actual Snecx custom because they're crazy expensive. Rightfully so, to each their own. But obviously something I'm never going to own. So this is as good as it's going to get for me. And so I'm probably never going to let it go. The Wii Snecx Mini Buster. I just really love this knife. I don't have any too particular reason. It's all aesthetic. It's great action, great blade. And it's just awesome. Yeah, just awesome. The Wii Snecx Mini Buster. Next up is one that I can't believe I haven't carried this recently because even though I don't carry it, I do fidget with it a lot. And this is the Kaiser Cormorant, and it's not just any Cormorant. This is the titanium Cormorant with a very nice frag milling pattern. As much as I like the frag milling pattern on the actual handle, I don't know how much I like the smaller frag milling pattern on the clip. I don't know. I don't know if I dislike that or like it. I'm not sure. I'm very much in the middle just because of the difference it gets in the different sizing of the squares. I think it's an OCD thing for me. If you guys haven't noticed, I definitely have OCD. So every once in a while, some things pop out like that to me that just don't quite sit right. But even though I may or may not disagree with the difference in milling patterns on the clip and the handle, there's no denying that the Cormorant is a fidget beast. You can middle finger flick it. You can front flip it. You can regular flip it, and it's a button lock, so that just adds to the fidget factor. The Cormorant is available in so many stinking flavors. As you guys know, these will always be linked below. But this is a great one if you love fidgeting and you also like Kaiser, but you want a little more of a premium Kaiser. Look no further than this. 20 CV steel here, titanium milled handles, titanium clip. Yeah, this is a premium Kaiser, and it has a little more of a premium price, but it's also still very, very reasonable. I want to say this is coming in at, I believe, $119. Might be $129, but I really think it's $119. It's been a while since I've seen the price on this, and I don't even know if this is available. I know you can get the Cormorant. The Cormorant is available in, God, probably 5+ different types of variants. But I will have this link below if it's available. If not, I'll just have it linked in general so you guys can see where you can get it next time it's in stock. But it's an excellent knife. Great little fidget knife, and one that will absolutely be enjoyed and slicing up some things this week. The Kaiser Cormorant Titanium. Next up, we're getting a little high class here. We're getting into some higher end knives. And this was one of my first ever high-end knives I ever bought. It may be the first. I'd have to go back and think about it. But this is the Kaiser Umnumzan. Oh my God. This is the Chris Reeve Umnumzan. The Kaiser Umnumzan, that's not a thing. Forget I said that. This is the Chris Reeve Umnumzan, and it is phenomenal. And it's going to get used hard this week. I'm on a mission to use this knife and the next knife hard this week. Now, hard, in my book, is very different than hard in some other people's books, but it's going to go running through some cardboard. It's going to be cutting some stuff up, and I will have proof of it in maybe my YouTube shorts or Instagram. I don't know, but I will have proof of it. But this is just an excellent knife. It feels great in the hand for as big as it is, and the fact that it's all titanium. It is really a light knife. At least I consider it a light knife for what it is. It's big, it's slicey, it's beautiful. The hollow grind on this blade is just fantastic. It doesn't get too thin though. It's manufactured to use. It's made to use, and that's what I love about Chris Reeve knives. They don't get too thin behind the edge. They do. Usually they do the right heat treatment. Some people really disagree. Let me know your thoughts on Chris Reeve's heat treatment of S35VN. He stands behind it. A lot of people say he runs it too soft. To be honest, I don't have a certain opinion, but I know that there's so many people that buy Chris Reeve knives and so many people that collect them and use them, and I have heard some crazy stories of just abusive use to Chris Reeve knives. So it leads me to think that they know what they're doing in terms of their heat treatment. But let me know why you may not think it's a good heat treat if you are that deeply into heat treats. But I believe they run the S35VN, which is what this is. This is an older Umnumzan. I want to say they run it like 58 or 59 HRC, whatever that number is. There's a lot of people that disagree, say it's too soft. So let me know why. I always like hearing people's opinion on that. But even outside of that, this knife is just fantastic. It's always a great kind of like special occasion carry for me sometime, because I just love the way it looks. And, you know, if someone ever asks you, you know, what do you got in your pocket? And I can show them and then explain to them why it's such fantastic quality. I've always loved the Idaho-made milling on the top of the handle, too. There's something about that just gives it that perfect little touch for me. I just like that a lot. I hope they never go away from doing that. But this is the Umnumzan. Definitely going to be in the pocket, and it's going to get used pretty darn good this week. Next up and last up is still my favorite knife in my collection, and it is the Koenig Arius, with a very nice little milling pattern there on the handle. And this was one of the knives I carried on my wedding day. I think everybody knows that, but one of the reasons why it's so special to me. But it's also so special to me because it's just gorgeous. It is, in my opinion, the best knife I've ever handled. From aesthetics, from quality, from durability, from sliciness. This is it. Now, it's expensive. I paid $650 for this one over a year ago. Gosh, almost 2 years ago now. But I believe they get even higher, and I think they've even went up with inflation and everything else, getting more expensive. So they're probably even more than that at this point. But I will say, this knife, it just hits different. As much as I want to get the flipper delete version, I love the flipper on this. There's never been another knife to where, like, I just love this flipper. It's a perfect flipper, but the middle finger flicking action is also phenomenal. But I think I would love the aesthetics of a flipper delete, and then also the added ergonomics you would have from choking up, but it still feels fantastic in hand, just like this. There's plenty of room for my hand there. So it's not an ergonomic standpoint, it's just an aesthetic standpoint of why I've considered getting a second Arius. But man, getting a second Arius, that would that might take a little permission from the boss, my other half, to get the green light on buying another one of those. But man, just look at it. It is phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's the Koenig Arius, and it's also in the pocket this week. So there's the theme. If you guys haven't noticed, we are all neutral titanium, raw titanium, with the exception of just a little bit of anodization on the Arius. But the Arius always gets a pass because, yeah, it's the Arius. So there you go, guys. There's my lineup for the week. As always, let me know what's in your pocket. Hope you guys have a great, productive week. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.